Alright, we're working on related rates, section 3.5, and the question is number 15. We've got a plane that's flying up in the air. This question comes from page 146 of your textbook. Number 15, and it says a plane flies horizontally with a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. So we have a plane that's flying at a speed of 600 kilometers per hour horizontally. So that's our dx by dt is 600 kilometers per hour. It's at an altitude of 10 kilometers. So 10 kilometers. I've called altitude y, but it's not changing. He's flying horizontally. And we're asked, what's the rate that the distance from the plane to Quinton? So here's the plane is here, the town is here. I've called that distance z directly from the town to the plane. We want to know what dz by dt is at this instant when it's 20 kilometers away. One tricky thing about this question is that the 20 kilometers that they're referring to x being 20 kilometers. They probably should have made that a bit more clear in the question by saying horizontal distance. So the question really turns out to be just a Pythagoras question where we say, well, x squared plus y squared equals z squared. We can differentiate everything with respect to time, which we've seen before. 2x dx by dt plus 2y dy by dt equals 2z dz by dt. We're looking for dz by dt, and we have dx by dt, so there's a moment of concern when I see this dy by dt in here, but this plane isn't going up or down, so dy by dt does equal 0. So you're able to solve this a little easier because of that. We're also looking at a specific instant in time when x is 20 kilometers. We know that y is 10 kilometers, so we can find out what z is just by saying, z squared equals 20 squared plus 10 squared, and find out that z equals the square root of 500, which we can simplify in a second. So in solving this, I've got 2 times 20 kilometers times 600 kilometers per hour plus 0 equals 2 times the square root of 500 times dz by dt. And you can do a little simplifying, divide by 2 on each side, fix your square root, etc. And you'll find that dz by dt is equal to 240 root 5. And what would the units be? The earlier units were kilometers and kilometers per hour. This one is a rate again, so kilometers per hour. So this plane is actually moving away from the town at a rate of 240 root 5 kilometers per hour, which you could multiply out and figure out is approximately equal to 537 kilometers per hour.